Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Happy Feast of Unleavened Bread. My name is Darius Lindsay. Tonight, subject, we're going to be talking about the Most High ordaining your steps in life. The Most High ordaining your steps in life. So today we're going to come out the book of Genesis, chapter 37, in verse 5. Let's go ahead and hop on in it. And it says, Joseph dreamed a dream. He told it to his brethren, and they hated him for it. And he said unto them, Here, I pray for you this dream which I have dreamed. For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field. Lo, my sheaf arose and also stood upright. And behold, your sheaves stood round about and made obsequies to my sheaf. And his brother said unto him, Shall you indeed reign over us? Shall you indeed rule over us, have dominion and authority over us? And they hated him for that, and for the dreams of his words. And he dreamed yet another dream and told his brother and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obsequies to me. And he told it to his father, his brother, and they rebuked him and said unto him, What dream is this that you have dreamed? Shall I, your mother, and your brother bow down to you on this earth? So they got upset because of the vision that the Most High gave to him. The vision that the Most High gave to him, his family rebuked him for. So you probably like, man, what is this about? You cannot tell everybody the vision that you got. You can't tell everybody your vision. You cannot tell a vision killer your vision because they're going to bring it down, shoot it down. You can't tell everybody what the Most High has planned for you. You're going to have people that's going to hate on you. You're going to have people that's going to try to tear you down. You're going to have people that's going to tell you not to do it, not to push forward, man. That's why you can't tell everybody your vision. You can't tell everybody your plan. You tell the people in your inner circle that's going to support you and help you build your plan and your vision. You cannot run and tell everybody. You can't get on Instagram. You can't get on Facebook and tell people this and tell people that because everybody is not for you. Everybody's not for you. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tell everybody your gift. You can't tell everybody what's going to take place in your future, what you think is going to happen. You can't tell everybody that. So we're going to drop down to verse 12, 37 and 12. And his brother went to feed the father's flock. And Israel said unto Joseph, Do you not know your brothers feed the flock? Come, and I will send you unto them. And he said unto him, Here I am. And he said unto him, Go, I pray you, see it be well with you and your brothers, well with the flocks, and bring me word again. So he went him out of the vale of Hebron, and he came to Shechem, and certain men found him, and behold, he was wandering in the field, and the man asked him, saying, What do you seek? And he said, I seek my brothers, me. I pray you, where you feed your flocks. And the man said, They are departed. For I heard them say, Let us go to Dathan. And Joseph went after his brethren and found them in Dathan. And when they saw him afar off, even before he came near unto them, they conspired against him to slay him. They said to one another, Behold, here's this dreamer coming. Come now, therefore let us slay him, cast him into the pit, and we will say some evil beasts have devoured him, and we shall see what will come of his dreams. So that they was talking about killing him. They was going to kill him. They was upset. They was angry because of his vision. They was upset because of his vision. It's going to be people that's going to be upset with you, want to harm you, and not want to see that vision come to pass, man. So you can't tell everybody your vision. You can't tell everybody your vision, man. You cannot tell everybody your vision. Give it to people you know that's going to build you, man, and help you push it, man. So, you know what I'm saying? They was plotting to kill him But one of his brothers tried to intervene and not let that happen. So instead of killing him, they end up selling him to some slaves. They sold Joseph. They threw him in a pit and they sold him to some slaves. And it's a scripture. We're going to fast forward this a little bit for time. And we're going to go down to chapter 39. And it says, and Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, a captain of the guard of an Egyptian, bought him in the hands of the Ishmaelites, which who had bought him down. And it says the Lord, and Lord means owner, master. If anybody does not know what Lord means, it means owner or master. It says the Lord, the Most High, Yahweh, God, was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man. So the Most High was with him, and it made him prosperous, not rich, but for everything to go well for him. Not rich. When we think about prosperous, the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear prosperous, you think money. No, everything went well for him because the Most High was with him. If the Most High is not with you, things ain't gonna go well. But even in the midst of being sold to slavery, he was prosperous, man. So let's look down to verse 3, 39 verse 3. And his master saw that the Most High was with him, and that the Most High made all that he did to prosper in his hand. And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him, and he made him an overseer over his house, and all that he had he put into his hands. And it came to pass from that time that he had made him an overseer in the house and over all that he had, that the Most High blessed the Egyptian house for Joseph's sake. For Joseph's sake. And the blessing of the Most High was upon all that he had in that field. And he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, because he knew everything was going to be all right except for food which he did eat. Joseph was a well-favored man because the Most High was with him. Potiphar let everything under his care. Everything under his care. The only thing he didn't leave under him was food. That was everything else except for food. Food, that was Potiphar. But everything in his house was under Joseph's care because the Most High was with him. He was well-favored, man. He was well-favored because the Most High was with him. If you try to do something without the Most High, man, I'm telling you, you ain't going to prosper, boy. He's with you. When you're in slavery, he calls everything to prosper. When you don't have a job, he calls food to flow in, money to flow in. All type of miracles to flow in if he's with you. But without him, you cannot do nothing without him. And the Most High was with Joseph in the midst of his slavery, man. And Potiphar's wife, she tried Joseph because Joseph was a handsome, well-built man. It goes down here in the scriptures. If you read more on in chapter 39, you will see that she tried him and tempted him daily to come and lay down. He refused to lay with this woman because of his integrity, because of his character. He could have slept with her and that would have been it. But because the Most High was with him, because of his integrity, because of his character, he refused to do something wrong when he knew it could have been him. Do you have character? Do you have integrity? You gotta, honestly ask yourself that, man. Joseph was blessed. He was blessed and well favored, man. Well favored, man. In his master's house, well favored, man. He did everything right. He obeyed the rules. He followed the laws, man. You know what I'm saying? But in the midst of that, his wife, Potiphar's wife, told Potiphar and the officials that he raped her. And they end up throwing Joseph into the prison. Joseph went to prison. So that leads us to chapter 40. And it says right here, this is exactly what it says right here. So Joseph's master took him, verse 40, chapter 20, chapter 20, and chapter 40, verse 20. And Joseph's master took him and put him into prison, a place where the king's prisoners were bound, and he was there in prison. But the Most High was with Joseph and showed him mercy and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper. And the keeper of the prison committed to Joseph his hand in everything that was in the prison and the prisoners, and whatsoever they did, he was the doer of it. The keeper of the prison looked not to anything that was under Joseph's hand, because the Most High was with him, and he made Joseph to prosper. Even in prison, even in jail, he was still prosperous, man. He was well favored. The Most High caused great things to happen. Even the prison keeper made Joseph in charge, man. When the Most High with you, man, favor and grace will come upon you, but you have to allow him to work. You have to allow him to order your steps, to help you walk in the steps. It's going to be trials. It's going to be tribulations. Nothing's going to come easy. If you see right now, you hear what I'm saying? Joseph's life was not easy because of a vision that he shared. Because of a vision he shared, it led this. But his steps was ordered. His steps was ordered. It don't make sense, but if you keep reading, it's going to make sense. It's going to make sense. This like almost Martin Luther King. Because of his vision, he was murdered, man. People was trying to kill him because of his message and his vision of change. He was murdered. So you can't tell everybody your vision, but when the Most High put a vision in you, it's going to come out. It's going to come out. When he put it in you, it's going to come out. And he's going to shield you. He's going to protect you. He's going to guide you because it's his vision, his will, his purpose, man. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to protect you when people try to kill you, when they try to bring you down, when they tell you not to do it. He's going to shield you and protect you. So we're going to go down to verse 40 chapter 40, verse 1. And it says, it came to pass after these things that the butler of the king of Egypt and his baker had offended their master, the king of Egypt. And Pharaoh was hot and angry, and two of his officers against the chef of the butlers against the chief chef bakers, and he put them in the ward in the house of the captain of the guard into the prison where Joseph was bound. And the captain of the guard charged Joseph with them, and he served them, and they continued a season in the ward. And they dreamed a dream, and both of them, each man in dream, and one night each man according to the interpretation of his dream, the butler and the baker of the king of Egypt, which were bound in prison. And Joseph came into them that morning and looked upon them, and behold, they were sad. And he asked the Pharaoh's officers that were with him in the ward of his master's house, saying, why do you look so sad today? And they said unto him, We have dreamed a dream, and there is no interpreter of it. And Joseph said unto them, Do not interpretations belong to the Most High? Tell me then, and I pray for you. And the chief butler told him his dream, and Joseph said unto him, In my dream, behold, a vine was before me, and the vine were 3 branches, and it was thought and budded, and her blossoms shot forth, and the clusters thereof brought forth ripe grapes. And Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes and pressed them into Pharaoh's cup, and I gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand. And Joseph said unto him, This is interpretation. The 3 branches are 3 days. Yet within the 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up your hand and restore you into your place, and you shall deliver Pharaoh's cup in his hand after the former manner when you have waste his butler. So yeah, they needed a gift, man. The gift was trapped into a prison. It was in a prison. And he did not let the jailhouse, the bad food, the cold nights, the being locked up, take him away from his purpose, man. His purpose at that time was to interpret dreams. It wasn't to labor. It wasn't to start a ministry, to start a business, to be whatever. It was to entirely interpret dreams. It was to interpret dreams. That's the gift that the Most High put in him. That was the gift, man. And that gift made room for him. So he stayed in prison for 2 years. The cupbearer was restored. The other guy was murdered, of course. The cupbearer was restored. And 2 years had passed by, and Pharaoh had a dream, and no one in the land could interpret the dream. And then the cupbearer remembered Joseph. Joseph told the cupbearer to remember me. And he remembered, and Pharaoh summoned Joseph. Got him cleaned up, shaved him, had him looking all nice, and he summoned Joseph. And he told Joseph his dream about the 7 good years and the 7 bad years. And Joseph interpreted the dream for him. And Pharaoh made Joseph the second in charge of Egypt, the governor of Egypt. So you have to look at the storyline, man. His steps was ordained. He ruled in Potiphar's house. He was in charge. He was an overseer in Potiphar's house. When he went to prison, he was in charge. He was an overseer inside the prison. And when he got summoned into Pharaoh's presence, Pharaoh made him the governor. Yeah, it makes sense. The Most High ordained his steps, man. He gave him the practice to be in charge, the experience. He had to work him into that position. Everything in his life helped him for this position that he was in. An overseer in Potiphar's house, an overseer in the prison, a ruler in Potiphar's house, a ruler in the prison, now a ruler over the land of Egypt. What do this message has to do with your life? Man, I'm going to tell y'all right now, man, there's some people out there, your steps are ordained. You might be on a job, you may hate your job, man. You may hate the position that you're in, but the Most High ordains your steps. He sets your end, and he comes back and sets your beginning. He knows your end. He knows your end. So every place that you're in right now, he ordained it. He ordained it. It's practice, getting you experience for something that he's trying to get you to do. He ordains the steps. You just got to walk in. You just got to walk in, man. This is living proof that he ordains the steps, man. You might be in a bad situation right now. You may be homeless right now. You may be sitting in a prison cell right now, feeling like you got no hope. You don't know what to do. You might feel like killing yourself, man. You might be innocent, just like Joseph was. You might have been a good person out there, man. Gave your all, and nobody gave back to you. But I'm telling you, it's not over. Your end is not yet. Your end is not yet. The Most High have a plan for your life. He has a beautiful and remarkable plan for your life, man. Your steps are ordained by him. He's preparing you for something. He's preparing you for a ministry. He's preparing you for a business. He's preparing you for a job. He's preparing you for a child. He's preparing you for a husband. He's preparing you for a wife. Your steps are ordained. They are ordained by the Most High. He ordains the steps, man. So be encouraged and just know the situation you're in right now is in his will. You might be broke right now, but he don't want you to be broke, but it's for a purpose, man. It's for a purpose. It's in his will. It's in his will. It's in his will. Keep talking to yourself. Keep building yourself up and reminding, he ordered my steps. He ordered my steps. I know it's something at the end of this tunnel. He ordered my steps. I know that he wants me to prosper. I know that he's with me. I know he's going to take care of me. I know he's going to shield me. I know the blood is over me. I know that I'm covered. I know that I'm healed. I know that I'm set free. I know that I'm delivered. I know I'm not a slave. I know I'm not in bondage. You got to keep feeding yourself and remind yourself of what he told you. Your steps are ordered. Your steps are ordered. Your steps are ordered. No matter your situation right now, you're not going to be in that situation always. You're not going to be in that prison always. You're not going to be in bondage always. Your steps are ordered. He has a plan for you. You're right in this situation right now, but he got another step for you to go into. You're going to be in that situation. And when you get out of that situation, he got another situation for you to be in. Those past situations is preparing you for the situation you're getting ready to go into. And that's going to be a blessed, a prosperous situation because his hand is on your life. If you're watching this video, this message is for you. His hand is on your life. Whatever pain you're going through, whatever bondage you're going through, whatever trial you're going through, whatever tribulation you're going through, this is prophetic. He's going to take you out of that situation. He's preparing you right now. He's going to take you out of that situation and put you in your purpose. Everything that you're going through is a part of his purpose and a part of his plan for your life.